Is that illicit contraband under your hairpiece, or are you happy to see me? It's been a while, we've missed you too. Cheeto, Charizard, and Pancake Day in weird news. Isaiah's got Monster Hunter Wilds on PS5 and Controller Freaks, plus Dad Joke of the Day and more, all coming up this hour. You're watching Showcase for the week ending Saturday, March 8th, 2025. Let's go. Okay, there we go. How about that? We actually managed to make that work.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to Showcase. My name is Don. With me today are
Isaiah.
Stefano.
All right, and this is new digs. We have slightly upgraded our production facilities a little bit. Once again, we're still working with and thankful to be working alongside the good people at SKST Studios in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Isaiah, you have...
If you or anyone you know is interested in content creation, check them out at skstradio.com. They'll help you grow your brand and help you get some practice in.
Pretty much, yeah. That's skstradio.com, or the link is in the description down below on YouTube and Facebook. Let's go ahead and get started with some weird news headlines. You want to go ahead and do that for a little bit? It's been a while since we've had some weird news.
Yeah.
God, it's been a couple of years, I think. I think we last time we did this was when we did in 21.
2003-ish?
2003? We haven't been doing this that long.
23. Big for a second.
Your math was off.
It's okay. So all right, we have some weird news headlines set up. Let me go ahead and set up our visual aid for that. Here we go. Bam. Okay. So first order of business: Colombian police catch a man smuggling packets of cocaine under toupee. All of this is from Associated Press. This is where do we
his toupee?
Oh yeah, I saw this the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it was on one of the local news stations. They mentioned it in passing though.
Colombian police apprehended a 40-year-old man attempting to smuggle several bags of cocaine concealed beneath a meticulously attached toupee. Police said the suspect was detained at Cartagena's airport on Monday as he prepared to board a flight to Amsterdam. A scanner revealed the hidden cargo: 220 grams of cocaine packaged in small bags strategically placed under what authorities described as a narco wig. Police estimate the street value of the drugs at approximately 10,000 euros in European markets. I actually looked that up. That's a little bit under $11,000 American.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I don't know. Did we, we're already shaking our heads on that one.
That much under a toupee is insane.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. I don't even know where else to begin with that mess. Hey, we have a comment in the live chat. Hey, hello Ren, good to see you again. Let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Oh, you'll get a real kick out of this one, Staff. A Cheeto shaped like the beloved Pokemon Charizard is auctioned for $87,840.
It's gonna degrade. It's gonna fall. Why would you pay that much for something that is literally going to rot away?
Well, I guess if you're just that much of a fan of Pokemon, I guess, and you got to catch them all or whatever, right? That's kind of what the...
Let me see it.
All right. Let's... Here's what it looks like.
How much does it actually look like? They're reaching.
But you can see it though, right?
I can see it.
Like Chad, y'all can see this, right? Like, this looks
it's
sort of like
because,
Charizard.
It's purely because that's a hot Cheeto. Like that.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. Sorry. Yeah, we just had some help running around in the back of the studio. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
That's just an absurd amount of money for a Cheeto.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
That could be generally characterized as any dragon, because for the point of the game that we're playing today, I could say that it looks like Rathalos.
I'm actually not familiar with Monster Hunter. We'll get to Monster Hunter in a moment. That's what y'all came here to see. But yeah, I'll take your word for that. Are we going to encounter something like that today?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to carefully scrutinize.
Yes.
That, I guess so.
I will say they do make chocolate. Yeah, I will say they do make chocolate Pokemon trading card games in Japan.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Well, both chocolate and white chocolate.
We're still breaking in the new studio. We haven't put all the soundproofing up, so we got to be a little bit more into the microphone, I guess, basically. But so looking into this, a Cheeto shaped like the beloved Pokemon Charizard has sold for $87,840. Presented as a 3-inch long flaming hot Cheeto in the shape of Charizard, affixed to a customized Pokemon card and encapsulated in a clear storage box. was initially discovered and preserved sometime between 2018 and 2020. Collectibles. The Cheeto surged in popularity on social media platforms in late 2024. Have y'all seen this before?
No.
When they say it's surged in popularity, to me that means like people have seen it.
It's been which.
This is nuts. And then we'll get to Monster Hunter, I promise. That is next. Oh, here we go. The winning bid was $72,000 plus a buyer's premium. Okay, so I guess that's the difference that made that up. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Unless it's one of those things where like they encapsulate it in like a like really resin, airtight thing, like resin or something like that.
I was gonna say they could pour that resin. What he said, and preserve it.
See, they had the Rose in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah.
They would have to do something like that, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
Even the Rose was wilting though. In Beauty and the Beast, it was wilting.
Yeah, that's true. Another funny thing to say there, but anyway, whatever. We'll get to it. I'll probably think of something, the right punchline for that, like when this camera wraps.
Yeah,
the best of us.
It always happens right after you're like, oh, I should have said.
Yeah. Whatever, we'll figure that out. But anyway, crowds cheer as runners with frying pans race to mark annual Pancake. Yeah, this is a thing. It's a thing.
Pancake race? I mean, I can't be mad at it. I love pancakes. They're better than waffles.
Racers dressed as a skyscraper, beekeeper, and a chest of drawers.
A chest of drawers.
were among dozens of runners in zany costumes zipping around a central London square with a frying pan in hand to celebrate Shrove Tuesday or Pancake Day. Hundreds of people packed into Guildhall Yard, cheering as participants in the annual interlivery pancake race ran around the square while tossing pancakes in their frying pans. I mean, it looks like fun. Yeah. I'm not sure what the point is necessarily.
Pancake Day. Why not?
It stands out.
Yeah, it does. It does.
For the...
That's some action photography. Someone's Nikon was on point right there.
Yeah.
How's that for action photography? The spectacle was one of many such pancake races across the UK to mark the day before the start of Lent. The 40-day period before Eid, celebrated as Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday in other parts of the world. The name Shrove Tuesday derives from the English word meaning to seek forgiveness or be granted absolution, hence the connection to Lent, so that makes sense.
Got it. Makes sense.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why pancakes, though.
Does this look like something that y'all would do?
Nah, I'd watch it.
And take part in it?
No.
This is going to be like the running of the bull.
Well, actually, I'd probably take part in the running of the bulls.
Really?
Yes, because that one's fun. I don't want to have to I don't want to carry a pancake while running.
Did you see City Slickers 2? It's a lot less fun to do than it looks like it is.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I want to challenge myself.
Okay.
At least that one is like, okay, I'm running against bulls. This one is like, pancakes.
Okay. All right. Well. Let's move on. Last story, and then we'll get to the game stream for the day. Prosecutor says golden toilet was stolen from English palace in audacious raid.
What good does that do? That's such a waste. You
literally
poop in it. You literally poop in that. Why would you want it gold?
What the heck?
Why would you want it gold?
The one-of-a-kind 18-karat gold toilet was swiped in under 5 minutes from Blenheim Palace.
5 minutes?
The sprawling English country mansion where British wartime leader Winston Churchill was born in the pre-dawn hours of September 14, 2019, a prosecutor told jurors Monday.
So this thing wasn't hooked up?
Or they were really, really good at disassembling.
That's what I'm saying.
The toilet has never been recovered. Oh, wow. But is believed to have been cut up and sold. The satirical work titled America by Italian conceptual artist Maurizio Catalan poked fun at excessive wealth. It weighed just over 215 pounds and was insured for 4.8 million pounds. The value of the gold at the time was 2.8 million or $3.5 million. That's crazy. This is like, I've seen some stuff about like solid gold toilets, but I've never in my life seen something like this, like for real.
5 minutes.
I mean, you gotta be loaded to be able
to. It looks like it's hooked up.
Make that.
That toilet looks like
actually.
It's hooked up.
This could be like that's like the trash disposal basically, or something like right next to it or something.
Like
there's a roll of TP right there.
It looks like it actually gets used, which means that this person uninstalled it in 5 minutes and got out. They got in, uninstalled it, got out in 5 minutes. That's outrageous.
I think there's like a Netflix miniseries in that somewhere.
That's outrageous. That's some Ocean's 11 stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's crazy. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Let's move on from weird news. If you have any suggestions for weird news topics to submit to us, don't forget to hit us up on our social media platforms, which are available always at linktr.ee/weekend showcase. Come to think of it, hang on a second. Don't we have a thing at the bottom of the screen that can be? Yep, there it is. There it is, right there. So that's our Linktree page, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Or we're also on Blue Sky now. That's another exciting announcement that we have to share for this new season that we're kicking off today. Weekendshowcase.bsky.social, I think is what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're up there now, so we can be connected with there as well. Or the contact us form is still available on the Linktree page. So if you have topics to share that might qualify as weird news, let us know, and we'll be happy to bring it up and might even give you credit as well. So let's go ahead and move on to the next item on the docket, which, if I remember right, is going to be Controller Freaks, the game stream segment, right?
Yeah.
Right? All right, let's do it. All right, so what do we have today, Isaiah?
We are playing Monster Hunter Wilds, the new Monster Hunter game that dropped last week. As of I guess we're live now, so I don't have to say as of the time of this recording.
This is all the way live. Today is March 8th, 2025.
Yeah, and it came out last week on Thursday, I believe.
Okay. And which version are we playing?
Wilds.
No, which version? Which platform?
Oh, PS5. PlayStation.
PS5. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and give this a shot then. Let's see if I can go ahead and change the camera perspective accordingly. There we go. Whoops. Hold on. And well, there we go. All right, that's much better. Okay, so here's the game. Walk us through what's happening right now, Isaiah. What's going on?
All right, so right now I'm in my base camp. I'm in my tent. So as you can see from my armor, I've been playing the game for a little bit. I might have,
So pretend that we've never played a Monster Hunter game before.
Okay. So essentially, the premise of Monster Hunter is you are a part of this guild. You are a hunter.
Okay.
And what the guild's job is to oversee and maintain the balance of the ecosystem.
Okay.
And to solve problems that monsters are creating.
Okay.
In this game, the issue is that the ecosystem is being changed by the existence of certain monsters. And so I'm trying not to spoil for those of you who haven't played it. It has only been out for a week, so I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
Just your job is to investigate and figure out why the ecosystem and to solve it if you can.
I bet it's the Shinra Electric Power Company. They're always messing with the ecosystem.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. At what point does Mia Jovovich step in?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Man, oh well.
That's unfortunate. But so you're playing as the hunter, and as you play, you fight stronger and stronger monsters. You then scavenge those monsters for parts, to then make armor and weapons that are even stronger, to then fight the stronger monsters, so on and so forth.
Okay. This sounds like a pretty straightforward sort of like exploration game that helps you hunt monsters. I think if I got that right.
Yep.
That was a completely unnecessary joke. I don't know why I said that, but
it's all right.
Steph, have you ever played anything like this before?
I mean, I played a couple games that have crossovers with Monster Hunter.
Really?
Like Smash.
There were Monster Hunter characters in Smash Brothers?
There was a monster from Monster Hunter in Smash Bros. In this one, Ultimate, right? It was an
Ultimate.
There was one monster.
And they got like the stickers, like the sprites.
Yeah.
Have the pictures of the characters too.
Well, we have a few viewers in here that are itching to see some action in here, so let's go ahead and get started with that. And thanks again for watching along with us live, those of you who are tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. This is really exciting. We haven't done anything live in a good couple of years. It's really exciting to launch into this new season with this, with the upgraded digs at SKST and with you guys at home watching along. Thanks so much for tuning in. So this is what are we looking at here? This looks like some sort of a inventory screen.
No, this is a quest screen. This is how you accept quests that you've to fight monsters you've already encountered before. It's just a way for you to always be able to access every monster.
Okay.
So that you don't have to wait for them to arrive in the locale. Sometimes you can wait for them to arrive in the locale, which oftentimes if you find them in the locale, they'll have additional rewards for fighting the ones that spawn in your world. But this is just the way to gain access to them normally.
Okay.
So right now we're going to go fight this monster called a Chotacabra. For those for those of you who have played the game, you know that that's the very first monster. For those of you who don't, it is.
I swear that looks like a gigantic chocobo.
This is called the secret. That's our mount.
Yeah, the secret is that it's a chocobo in disguise.
No. But
or did you say seeker? I heard secret.
It's a secret.
Okay.
SEIKRET.
Huh. Okay. Interesting spelling. All right.
But yeah, this is the mount that they have in the new mount they have in the game, and this is the monster that we'll be fighting first.
All right. Here we go.
So I'm using dual blades, which is a weapon that's focused on quick movement and combo attacks to weaken the enemy and avoid attacks.
Okay. Yeah, we may need to beef up the
Audio?
the connection speed here. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of lag happening here. I can tell. Apologies for the signal delay, everybody. This is a brand new studio we're operating in now, so like hopefully within the next week or two maximum, we'll be able to like have the stuff wired in properly, because I can tell like the frame rate isn't what it should be here, but we really appreciate you like bearing with us. Those of you at home watching along here, undoubtedly the audio is still going to be coming through, so that's a positive there. But yeah.
So I'm making it my goal to not have to use a single healing item against this creature, because it is the very first monster you fight, so it's a bit of a pride thing.
And what is this creature called?
Chotacabra.
Okay. So is this the thing that like scares kids at Christmas time, or
No,
is it like
you're thinking of something else.
Oh,
You're thinking of the Chupacabra, and that's not Christmas time.
That's Krampus, ain't it?
Yeah, that's Krampus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got all these monsters mixed up. Like someone should probably hunt these things down. I'm telling you.
I'm hunting one right now.
Oh,
not
really?
Not the one you're thinking of.
Oh, cats. Well, it is the middle of March, so yeah, it's probably a little bit out of season for Krampus, maybe. Yeah, but anyway.
So this trying to explain what exactly is happening.
What kind of
the downside is that the weapon I'm using is a very fast-paced one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can tell. Like our system is having problems keeping up with it.
So the dual blades, the like main play style is to target weak points, and then when they add strikes, so you can create weak points, and then focus on those weak points, doing excessive damage to those weak points.
Yeah, nickel for every time. I wish I could create a critical spot in a boss. Am I right, Stab?
And it allows you to stagger them like that. All right, let's see. Can I do the full? No, he's gonna leave. He's trying to run away. So when monsters get low, they'll run away.
You were not excused from the dinner table.
He's coming back here. Oh, there's another thing that weapons have. Sharpness. Corner. So that there's different colors for different degrees of sharpness. The highest I have that in this game. I haven't gotten a weapon with purple. From what I remember of previous games, the dual blades, if they do get purple, only a few of them get purple sharpness, and it's very little, like the amount of sharpness that you get. Oh, I just got hit. And there he is, dead.
The size of that's like a lick-a-tongue level, like tongue
Yeah.
flying out of that guy's mouth.
Yeah,
a
I
bit
was gonna
much.
say, you know what that thing reminds me of?
Let me guess,
this
like
is-
a tongue?
Well, that too, but no, in Tears of the Kingdom, this is a monster called Frox.
Frocks?
Yeah,
Frogs.
it's basically a giant. So there's this big underground area in it, and when you go down, you'll fight these mini bosses called Froxes. They're like these giant frogs with these like crystal spikes in their backs that you need to hit. But there's different variations of them. There's like a regular kind, and there's a white kind that has one eye, and it's like
It almost sounds like the minions from Despicable Me, because like some of them, it's like
kinda
some of them
looks
have
like
two
a
eyes,
little
some of
bit
them
like
have one
a
eye.
big version of that. There's
Oh my
white,
God.
and it's like a
funny.
frog.
That's
But the
crazy.
thing is, like, it'll try to suck you up, and like, so you get this glider you can fly around, and if you're up in the air, like, it'll lean up and it'll open its mouth, try to scoop you up in it.
That's, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's also eerie too, cause like I said, when you first get there, the whole area is just black, and so you just see this huge like dinosaur frog just walking through the darkness, and then you just see his health meter appears.
Well, that's when you know it's about to go down. Anytime you see a health bar
Yeah,
pop
the
up.
health bar just suddenly
Yeah.
pops up, and you're like, oh dang.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
All right, so we just beat the Chotacabra. We started talking, so I didn't get to point it out. But after you kill a monster, you can then carve it for parts. You get like 3 parts for every monster. There are some monsters that give you more because they're bigger, but you get 3. I'm doing this mission again because the reason why I was doing it was to get a specific part from him to craft a specific piece of gear.
Okay.
And I did not get enough pieces, so I have to go hunt another one, which is what we're doing now. But as you saw before, this thing it's cannon fodder. It took me 4 minutes to beat it, so it's not a hard fight. But once we get this crafted, I will show you the Rathalos that I was talking about, the one that Cheeto could also be said to look like.
You have to fight it again?
Yes, because I need more parts from it. Oh, my health is lower. I need to eat. Oh, that's another thing in the game. There's so much in this game. There's a mechanic where you eat food to increase your stats before a quest, your hunger, your stamina, and your health. And so the meals afford benefits and such. Some of them give you different buffs depending on what food resources you use. Every time you see me jump up in the air like this, it's me hitting its focus striking its crit point.
That you created.
Yes.
It looked like you chopped off a piece of that guy's tongue right then.
Unfortunately, we can't break his tongue. We can break his head, just not his tongue. Yeah.
That makes less than no sense. You can. Okay. I didn't design the game. Okay. I know you didn't either. I don't know.
It's because it's internal. So they let you destroy external parts, just not internal parts.
It just seems to me like I'm nitpicking here. It seems to me like at a hardware level, at a technology level, a PS5 game should be able to handle and render that level of
Detail.
hitbox recognition. Well, yeah, detail and hitbox recognition, such that when you attack something, the
let me hit the
physics of
weak
it being
point.
attacked reacts accordingly. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But whatever.
Maybe. No. Ah, dang.
I'm
You're
gonna
not
fix
going
something
to
with
kill
this
me.
other camera here. Keep going.
And that's another crit point, and it's on the ground again.
So does
It's
this one
already
take
on the
off too?
ground. What'd you say?
So does this one take off too after you weaken it enough?
Yeah. So it's a mechanic of the monsters that if they're gonna die, they're gonna try to run back to their lair. There's this thing that all the monsters do. It's if they get too low, they'll try to run back to their lair and then they'll sleep to try to heal. But there are certain monsters, specifically in this game, that don't try to sleep. They do this thing where they charge up at a energy source. He's about to die already. I think this is faster than the last one. Yep. And we're gonna.
I didn't know they could tap into the unlimited power of the Speed Force.
Yeah, they go super fast, but we can go faster.
Gotta go faster, Sonic X.
Come here, boy.
Dated
No,
references. All right.
And then we flashbanged him, so he can't see right now.
Oh, you can do that like that. You got your flash powder from the League of Shadows or something like.
No, there's these creatures called flash flies.
Oh, it's actually built into the lore. Some species could do that for you.
Yeah, it's you'll find them floating around in different locales, and if you hit them or trigger them, they'll flash, and then from them you can create this item called flash pods.
Okay.
Which are an item you can shoot with your your launcher thing to blind creature. You're dead. And we sheath, and we wait for it to fall, and then we can carve. So yeah, that's the basic of the game, is that you hunt the monsters down, carve them up to get their resources. You can capture them, but that requires specific items.
Yeah, Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls.
Nah, traps and trank powder.
Ah, yeah, trank powder. That's how you get their HP down before you throw them.
You have to beat them up, and then the trank powder puts them to sleep, and the trap captures them. You have to put them to sleep and trap them in order to capture them.
All right, that's a little bit more realistic. Fair enough. So how far along are you in this game right now?
I have beaten the entire story, and I'm
Show off.
Hunter rank 54.
Okay.
Hunter rank is just how shows your progression with how many monsters you defeated. Certain monsters afford more experience than others. So the more difficult monsters you beat, the more hunter rank you get for each of them, so on and so forth.
Okay. Okay. And it escalates up over time, basically, that
Yes.
sort of thing. Okay. So what's been, since you've beaten the game, you have the full benefit of hindsight at your disposal. So what would you say is your favorite part of the game, without going too far into spoilers for this week-old game?
Honestly, my favorite part of the game is the new elements that they've added to the combat. In previous games, so Dual Blades has always played like this play style, where it's quick movement, you're avoiding attacks while also trying to hit and get fast combos in, right? Not necessarily targeting and creating weak points. That's a new mechanic for this game, but attacking the vulnerable spots, because vulnerable spots have always been a thing in the games, where certain parts of them are less defended than others, like any normal creature would be. That was just me eating a meal, by the way.
Also, I wanted to ask that because with your.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So that was the example of me eating the meal so that my stats can be increased. So now my health, if you look in the top left corner, is full, whereas before it was kind of ticked down.
This is again asking for a Final Fantasy reference, as I'm thinking of FF15, where you actually you're sitting at the campfire, you can make full meals for yourself or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a lot of this concept. It reminds me so much of Final Fantasy 12, because. I
didn't just invent all those Chocobo references earlier out of nothing. It's
because
the influence is very clear with this game.
Yeah, because the main side quest in that is almost a similar concept as this, where it's you have this long list of monsters that you need to go around the world. I forgot the world's name, but you got to hunt each of them down, and you get stuff for them for each one you do. And that's where you also unlock the optional bosses, because you know how in later Final Fantasies how they have the optional bosses like Omega Weapon and things like that. And that's how you end up fighting them. Because I remember in that one, it was Omega Mark 12 and Yzmat. A big dragon with... I forgot how much, but it's 100 something million HP.
That's crazy.
100 million? What in the Fortnite are you describing here?
But the way they made it so... It's you can chip some of his HP down, but you can leave and go heal and restock. You can come back and chip down some more. That was the way I could beat it. But you gotta be careful, because it's one of those ones where when it gets weaker, it starts getting stronger, and it casts Regan, which heals his HP. So before you leave, you have to cast a spell to make sure that's off of it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's rough. It took me literally a week to kill it.
Wow.
Because I know some people, some of the more skilled players, they can beat it in 2 or 3 hours, but yeah, it's
100 million HP in 2 or 3 hours.
Well, if you optimize your builds and stuff, in most games you can do that. Especially Final Fantasy, where the damage numbers are so much bigger than other games.
Fair enough.
What was I talking about? How did we get there?
the stats. You're talking about the cooking.
Yeah.
Shoot. No, what were we talking about before that?
Before the cooking,
Yeah.
I mean, we were about
Like
to
the dual blades.
Yeah.
and-
So yeah, right now I'm the thing I like the most. That's what the question was.
Mhm.
So the dual blades have a new mechanic. They gave a new mechanic to I think all of the weapons that don't have a guard mechanic for perfect dodging. And so when I perfect dodge, it happened a few times in the previous fights. There's this blue aura that I will obtain. That will give me this like faster movement. I think a slight damage boost and increase my attacks. Like the speed of my attacks.
Where's the button that lets you shout, like "Vus Roda" or something?
No, that's not a thing.
No,
Nah.
no, this isn't Skyrim. All right, never mind.
Yeah, that's something that looks a little more familiar.
So this is Rathalos,
Rathalos.
the thing that looks like the Cheeto.
It's full circle. It's everything just goes full circle.
Yep.
Quick question,
I personally
though.
don't like
Okay.
fighting these too much. Like I enjoy their fights, but it's harder for me as a dual blade user because they're flying characters and the range of my weapons is much shorter.
Mm-hmm.
So like with this one, I'm using my paralysis dual blades.
To keep them down.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, this is giving me a little PTSD for Skyrim. Not gonna lie, when I have to fight those dragons and stuff like that. Did you ever play Skyrim?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, you missed out. You missed out on the shouts and having to like bring them down to like, you know, use a bunch of like melee attacks because you ran out of arrows.
Yeah,
But
so
anyway,
this is one situation where you'd use like flash pods if you had them to make it to blind it and then knock it down.
Also, that's why that works in Smash.
Yep.
You have to fight them similarly in that.
Yep.
so tell me something about like you mentioned earlier. You can actually in big gigantic fights like this, you can basically generate your own critical attack points on some of these fights. Like, does it matter in terms of where you designate the crit spot to be like the most effective? Like, when you generate a crit spot closer to the character's head, it gives better critical damage. Basically, it takes that into account.
Called weak spots.
Mhm.
Positions where it's easier to deal damage. Like his head is one. Yellow damage means it's a weak spot.
Right.
Right?
Pretty
so
clear.
the way crit spots are created is by continuously attacking the same spot, making it weaker over time, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So if you make a weak spot on a crit spot on a weak spot, it's gonna do more damage than if it was on another area. Like if you see white damage, that means it's a resilient spot, a non-weak spot, so it does less damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get him out of the air. Come down here,
Man, that thing is annoying.
brother. I can't hit you.
A quick question though, would you say that this is a dragon or a wyvern?
So he's classified as a wyvern in this game because dragon is a much looser term.
Not to mention, we don't have a hiccup around to train this guy. I guess probably that might be a
Hiccup wouldn't be able to train this guy.
Well, it's fun to imagine.
And
Headcanon and
got
whatnot.
stunned by the roar.
Mm.
Oh, you put down a shock trap? Yeah. Land right there. Land right there. Land!
I don't think it can hear you though.
I will
It's a
say
good thing
though,
you can't.
one thing this does remind me of, it reminds me of the final boss from Fable the Lost Chapters.
How so?
Because in that one, because like I said, between the two versions, the original Fable and Lost Chapters, they add some more stuff in the second one, where the last boss in that one's a dragon, but it's a reincarnation of the antagonist from the base game called what's his name, Jack of Blades, and it's kind of like this one here, but it's red and it's got an extra set of arms, and it's like, and as it's fighting you,
it's
like
running
he'll
away.
troll you, he'll tell you like, man, this is so much fun. It's just like the day I burnt your hometown to the ground. Like this is
Hey, no.
a good time.
That's foul. But he's also running away, so now I gotta go chase him down. Which is a lot of what happens, especially when you solo queue into missions, because most people can't get the damage output. To take
That's
him out.
that's another thing. The party size. Say again?
hit pulls or something.
What's going on? Okay.
We'll
We
be right
gotta take a
back.
quick break, everybody. I'll be right back. Thanks so much for bearing with us. We have a little bit of technical difficulties. We're gonna go ahead and deal with in one moment. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, hey everybody. Sorry for that. We're back now. I'm just being told a little bit of behind the scenes action is about to take place here. We're still, like I said, breaking in the new studio, and some more things are going to have to be upgraded and installed and fixed up. So we have some staff here to be able to take care of that. So we're going to need to shut the stream down a little bit early, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and then we're going to do Dad Joke of the Day and call it an early episode. And we'll do more with this game, hopefully next week. Let's try to get a little bit of more time in here. But let's see. We're sure that are we? Oh, we have an extra comment here. Hang on a second. This is Happy Headed. Hello, Happy Headed. Is he winning? Is he winning?
Yes, I am winning. I am winning purely off the fact that I'm taking it down, but also in this game, you get 3 essentially deaths before you lose a mission,
Okay.
and I haven't fainted once.
Where's the remaining health that the dragon has?
That's the thing. Monsters don't have health bars.
Well, how do you know when it's done? We gotta get
When it
off here.
starts moving.
There's an indicator when it's about to die. When you look at the bottom left corner, you see the HUD.
Yeah.
The icon for the monster will have a skull coming off of it. But I also know that these relatively how long it takes me to kill these monsters, especially at this stage when I'm able to actually start doing stuff and fighting it.
Yeah.
So this shouldn't take too long. Yeah, see, it's already got the skull.
Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this up here.
One minor
and-
question though. I saw these pink-looking monkeys a minute ago. Like, were those helping them?
No, they are other.
Just like
creatures.
wild animals around
Yeah.
here? I see.
So like when you go to fight monsters in the locales, they're not the only ones in the locale,
I see.
because it is like a forest.
We need to do final thoughts. What are our final thoughts on Monster Hunter Wilds? I guess staff will go ahead and start with you.
It looks good. It seems like one of those games that you probably got to like see more of it again too. But I like what I saw.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with staff. Like this really takes me back to having to deal with like Skyrim multiplied by like FF7, maybe 15. Like Skyrim multiplied by FF15, although with less technological sort of reliance in terms of the overall world existence. You know, like there don't seem to be cell phones or cars in this world. You know, so like that's got to be excluded right there when you run FF15 comparisons. But this looks interesting. the Phil Collins music from Tarzan is playing in my brain when you're going through those branches.
Like when he's
fair.
like grinding on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, land, so I can kill you. Let me see, can I get him out? I did get him out. Ugh, come here.
You gotta stay on the bucking bronco there.
Yep, it's literally what I'm doing right now.
Is it like 6-axis controls? Can you do that with your controller or the? No, it's
No.
just button presses. Okay. And Isaiah, final thoughts on this game, and then we'll go ahead and shut it down.
I love it. I love what they've done with it, and I'm excited to see what else they add. In other games, they've had like crossovers with other franchises, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to add to that. And it is dead.
Cool, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and save this here, and we'll do the next segment and go ahead and wrap this thing up. Did you get? Is it automatic? Does that save automatically?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and transition to the last segment here, and then we'll shut her down. Let's see. Okay. Do you have the thing ready?
Oh yes, I do
Yeah.
have my joke.
All right. Let's go ahead and do that.